Hi everybody, it's Nathaniel here from the Ciderlink, and this is an interview with Naomi from Frank's Cider down in Tasmania. And we're absolutely delighted to have these guys on here because they've been with us since the start and they've been a massive help to us in setting up this business over the last year. So really, really happy to be able to offer them some support in return. And they're also Tasmania's most awarded cider company. So they've got a great range of products to get into, some very accessible ciders. So hope you enjoy the interview. Thank you very much for taking a few minutes out to have a chat to us. Just wanted to start with a little bit about your background. So what's your background and how did you get into this?
Okay, well, my family have been in the Huon Valley in Tassie for, my children's sixth generation, so that makes me fifth generation on our farm. My great-great-grandfather was the first white settler in our valley, so I guess I'm pretty passionate about being here on the farm. They started commercial orcharding in the 1850s, and they made some cider back then, but not on a commercial basis.
Right.
I guess we got into the commercial side of things when we could see that cider was making a resurgence. And my husband Tony, his dad used to make cider commercially in the 70s. So he was a bit passionate and interested, and so between us, we just went for it.
Yeah. Okay. And so who's Frank?
So Frank was my grandpa. So he was the third generation of the Clark family. And he was a First War veteran. He was born in the late 1890s, so he went to the First War, and that's why we're doing our centenary release at the moment, because, to honour the fact that he went to the First War.
Yeah.
And when he came back, there was already orchard here, but when he came back from the First War, he planted a lot more orchard, and we still actually harvest fruit from some of the trees that he planted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what was the inspiration to name the cider after him?
Well, we live in a little town called Franklin. So Frank's from Franklin was sort of a bit catchy, but we actually did market research, and our target market, the people we asked to give us their opinions, both independently, the men and the women said, call it Frank's, we like it. So From there we thought, well, we don't need to make up the story because we've got a true one.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what would you say is unique or different about what you're doing in the market?
Well, because we've got the family story and it's a heritage story and we grow heritage fruit, I guess we're fortunate because a lot of people don't have control over their own fruit. Because we own the orchard, we can actually tree ripen our fruit, and the big thing we're doing is leaving our fruit on the trees to develop the maximum flavour. So people talk about cool climate wine. Well, we talk about cool climate cider. And in Tassie, the cool nights and the long growing season means that our fruit's got maximum flavour when it's picked, and that transfers into our cider.
Right, okay. And so how would you say to someone who's going to drink your cider, how would you recommend that they best enjoy it?
Well, it's best cold, of course. Some people actually don't recommend their cider to be cold, but I think ours is best really chilled, with ice if you have to. It's crisp, it's refreshing, it's sparkling, it doesn't leave any sort of taste on the, I shouldn't say taste on the palate, but, it doesn't leave a texture on the palate. It's just crisp and clean and medium sweet. Yeah. So many people will say to us, oh, thank heavens your cider's not too sweet. They're not looking for sticky. They're looking for fruity.
Yeah. And what would you say the future holds for you and for Frank's Cider?
Well, we will always be a boutique cider. We're not looking to be a worldwide brand, not interested in that, but we're fiercely Tasmanian, and so we're a premium Tasmanian product. Yeah. We're actually Tasmania's most awarded cider, and, Yeah, and so we are just looking to stay at that top end. And not that we mind who drinks our cider, but we are definitely a premium product, and that's where we intend to stay. We're not interested in doing a scrumpy or a sort of farmhouse style cider. That's not us. We like to be clean and green and sparkling. We're more a champagne style, I guess, but we're not allowed to call it that.
So there you have it. That is Naomi from Frank's Cider. And there's a huge amount of history behind this brand, and they're proudly Tasmanian, and they've got a great range of products to get into. So have a taste, let us know what you think, and enjoy. Cheers.